Beginning modded Minecraft is an exciting endeavour to pursue, but given the size of the game's massive modded community, it can be rather difficult to figure out what to play. With an abundance of mods developed across numerous mod loaders and game versions, it's no wonder that some players would encounter decision paralysis when contemplating on their modded playthrough. The solution to just simply play what captures the most intrigue can in fact work. But what if you try to figure out that very question yourself? What if you're new to the scene in modern Minecraft? Maybe you desire to experience something new, but unsure what. Or maybe you're just stuck. The answer then is obscured and complex. The question then becomes a matter of wondering, where do I begin? There's no clear answer that solves this dilemma, but I'll do what I can to provide clarity on the matter, which should then inform you on what you want from your next modded playthrough. First, it'll be useful to define your intentions for playing modern Minecraft. Unnecessary as it sounds, getting a better idea of what you're wanting to do will provide you with a deeper understanding about what it is that you want and how you'll find your desired outcome. Think about it though. Whatever it is that you want in life, you most likely have a reason to do it, be it for happiness, growth, success, satisfaction. Usually it's linked to your personal values and interests at the time. So, why can't this apply to our motives for playing modded Minecraft? A counter to this suggestion though is that you shouldn't really need to think all of this in depth. It's just a game after all. Choosing what my modded game would be shouldn't become another chore or cognitive exercise in decision making. And that's completely valid, especially with today's landscape of overwhelming choices. But think about this. Why bother quitting your current modded experience to start a new one just to relive the exact same experience on a slightly different version of the game? Doing this may seem easier in the short term, and whilst it works for some, this could quickly manifest into burnout and boredom over the long run. If that's what you find comfortable and keeps you happy playing modern Minecraft, then I'm happy for you. It's perfectly okay. But if you seriously desire to commit to playing it for a while and want a fulfilling and exciting modded playthrough, think about how that can be achieved by determining your motives first. To make your intentions become clearer, I've broken down this general question into a few following prompts that could give you some useful tools in helping you find what captures your intrigue. An easy place to start is determining if anything's caught your interest lately in modern Minecraft. You may have seen an interesting Modpack, or a mod list when watching a video or browsing on a community webpage. If something gets your attention, pay notice to what it is that caught your interest and why. Is it the type of gameplay it gears towards? The vision of the mod or the Modpack? The creative outlets it offers? Perhaps it's the theme, the difficulty or lack of. Or is it the mods themselves that spark intriguing mod combinations to experiment with? Whatever it is, take note of it and see if there's any patterns with other mods or mod packs that have also piqued your interest. This is usually a good place to decide where to focus your efforts and find a goal for your next modded playthrough. However, what if you haven't really seen anything that's interesting? In this case, perhaps look inwards to your personal interests, hobbies, or your qualities to see what kinds of things give you energy. Do you like to create? Explore the unknown? Maybe you like testing yourself and facing challenging problems. Are you practical and like experimenting with complex contraptions, or do you just need an outlet to unwind? Modern Minecraft covers so many areas. Whatever your current hobbies, interests, and personality traits are, there's a good chance that something will align with your current assessment. Although the time investments in a modded world can be equivalent to playing vanilla ones, the scene of modded video games imposes many factors that can influence your commitment to a modded playthrough. From the shift to shorter but more frequent game drops for Minecraft, to the developments and updates to mods, modpacks, and other community creations. Even social media and your interests all inflict various influences in making you want to switch to something new. And that's not even accounting for perhaps the biggest factor in the mix, your time. How much time can be dedicated in your current schedule to play this? What's the time needed to complete this mod or mod pack? And how long would you want to play it for? There's no one answer here that fits everyone. That all comes down to whatever your current lifestyle is and whether you can stay engaged with it over a chosen period of time. If you only want to play around a month or two, but don't have much time to spare, then perhaps you needn't spend too long searching and playing a rather long mod or mod pack, only just scraping the tips of it. However, if your intention is to play it for the long term, say a few months to a year, even if your time availability is still limited, then it's probably worth pondering what it is that you want. This can be hard to plan out as updates become more frequent, interests could change suddenly, or your time becomes more or less available. But by estimating a rough window for how long you like to invest into a single playthrough, you may be able to play a modded world that can tailor to your time commitment, and ultimately maximize your satisfaction. Our next point of focus is if you intend to play this with others. Does this entail you playing a mod or mod pack with your friends? Is this experience something you plan to share with others, either on a server, a video, or a downloadable you created? Or is the experience solely for you? These can inform some decisions to contemplate depending on the scenario. What if you were playing it with some friends? It could be beneficial to discuss this collectively what each member wants, how interested they are, and whether their desires align with yours. Perhaps there's a couple newcomers to modern Minecraft and may need some time understanding how it all works. Others may have more time available to play, whilst others have little to spare. Factors like these, as well as ensuring mod compatibility and cooperation for a multiplayer environment, are other points to discuss if you were to play modded with others. For the solo type, this doesn't really matter, because the choices are all in your hands. Regardless though of whether you want to play solo or with other players, it's a small element to consider what you want to play next. Now, every person has different intentions for how they go about things, and that's the same case too when going about your modded journey. Many mods and mod packs have a clear journey to reach with different stages of progression to advance through to achieve the final outcome. Others are left to the player's imagination to see what they could do with what they're provided with, from the mod itself or the combination of mods from a mod pack. For the case of this video, let's just break down the typical player types into two key playstyles, the engineer and the pioneer. The engineer is the player type who's compelled towards completing clear objectives and receiving clear outcomes. They establish plans with a focused direction to take to reach their defined goal, completing checklists and tasks in a sequential order to progress further to their objective. The surprise of the unknown is still encountered, but the engineers will find methods to incorporate these into their goals, or perhaps not. Contingencies may also be defined should the event of their primary objective fall through, providing you with a different avenue to pursue whilst maintaining motivation and interest. Perhaps you exhibit some of the engineer's qualities, or maybe you're someone who resonates closer to the pioneer. Whereas engineers make clear plans, pioneers instead venture into the unknown and go with the flow of what arises. You enjoy stumbling onto something foreign to you and are inspired to see what it is, how it works, and what uses can be made of it. An end goal may still be there, but it's flexible to what the player envisions at the time of playing. In other cases, the end goal is substituted with the player's fulfillment in what they're playing. So long as the fun and ambiguity continue to spur your imagination with what you're playing, your mind will continue to populate with new ideas and areas to encourage further exploration. Within these two simple playstyles, you may see some qualities that are similar to your own playstyle, which may assist you with finding a modded experience that better aligns with how you play. Pursuing an objective or quest-oriented modded playthrough may favour those better who want to have structure and clear incentives for playing their modded world. On the contrary, getting thrown into a modded experience blindly could be ideal for you seeking that curiosity and the pursuit of whatever thoughts come to mind. You may find that parts of your playstyle fits one style more than the other, or perhaps you fit into both. Whatever aspects that you feel match with your playstyle could provide some further clarity to your current modded goals. Finally, I just want to touch on one piece of advice about knowing when you should decide. The possibilities of modded video games, modern Minecraft in particular, reach no bounds, and yet this diversity in mods, community creations, and their combinations can be the greatest bane for deciding on what to do. On one side, you know you want to find the best thing to suit your enjoyment in the moment, so you can get into playing it as quick as possible whilst your energy and interests are high. But on the other side is the uncertainty in what you pick. Was it the right call? Making a choice can feel limiting and possibly underwhelming, especially if you've begun the early steps and have yet to fully find that sense of anticipation you previously felt. When you see others enjoying the newest or updated releases that enter the modding scene, you may experience a sense of regret or fear of missing out on the action. If something like this plagues you, then the best means of overcoming those uncertainties is to reaffirm your choice on your mod playthrough. Accepting that you'll play with what you chose over all the other options allows you to put your mind at ease of those worries, and focus on the current experience that you have. Minecraft is one of the few games where you can still play the older versions of the game to your heart's content. In other words, find solace in the fact that those modded creations won't be going anywhere for the time being. There's no need to rush for playing the mods as they come out. They will still be there when you desire to play them. As much as the modding scene is alluring to keep searching, there has to be a point where you decide what you play and what you won't do. Otherwise, you could continue to be barraged with choices upon choices, to the point at which your action is to not choose at all. Find a suite of mods or a mod pack that checks as many of your interests for a while, and commit to that. If, after playing your modded game, you want to make some adjustments later down the line, then by all means. Just remember your reason for playing with your installed mods and modpack. If it no longer holds the same excitement it once had, then it's perhaps a sign to chart a new modded journey. At the end of the day, if none of this is for you, or maybe it doesn't work, that's okay. All of us have ways of approaching scenarios differently. Some people prefer careful planning, and others go with the flow. If there's one thing to take away from this discussion, is that, like with many areas of life, follow your intuition. Sometimes we think too much about what it is that we really want, that we forget to consider what we feel will satisfy our own desires. Whatever modded experience it is that ignites your interest and feelings the most are no doubt strong candidates to choose that will maintain that momentum if you go and play them. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this topic. It's a different type of video to what I've previously done, and as such, I may have missed other points to consider. If so, or if you have any other tips that you found helpful in your decision-making process, please share them in the comments below. Whether you're embarking on the world of modern Minecraft for the first time, or an avid modded enthusiast, hopefully these strategies have been helpful for you planning your modded journey.